I was browsing through the camcorder section on eBay, and when I came across this, I first thought somebody mistakenly listed a film camera in the camcorder section. But then I saw the back, and it's a cassette compartment, because this is a VHS-C camcorder. It's the RCA FunFlix model number CC1000, but it does not have an LCD or an electronic viewfinder. It just has this little viewfinder that's just a hole through the front that you look through, similar to the first Sony Handycam from 1985 that I did a video about. But this thing is a little bit better than that Handycam, because it can actually play back your video. If you open up this door on the top here, you can see playback controls. So this can play back your recordings, but obviously you need to hook it up to an external monitor in order to see it. So it has these RCA outputs on the side here. There's a little backup battery that goes in that slot there. And on the side here is where you put in the rechargeable battery for the camcorder. It came with this Radio Shack replacement battery, which lasts about 10 minutes before going dead. So it does work, but not for very long. And you clip it onto the side there, which makes it a bit bulky because your hand grips on the side here. That's the way it's designed. You can see the finger recess here on the front. And interestingly, it has a power zoom, although I doubt it has any kind of autofocus. I believe that is the little microphone. I don't think this thing has any kind of built-in speaker. This is very basic. You get your latch to open the cassette compartment, and then the eject button here. There it is. So you can put in your VHS-C tape, which will work in one of those adapters in a regular VCR. I do have one of those adapters. Inside here it also controls for tracking. You can set the date through these controls, but you probably need to do that while hooked up to a TV, because there is no kind of indications in the viewfinder other than two LEDs. There's a green one when the power is on and a red one when it's recording. I think those are the only indications in the viewfinder. And a little switch here for SP or SLP speed recording. This may be difficult to see, but there's a marking in the plastic that may indicate when it was made. You probably can't see this on video, but there's a little mark on the 7, and that's under the 94 row. So this is probably made in July 1994, or at least that's when the plastic molding was made. So we just close that latch. There's a little window there to see the tape, so you can at least see if it's moving. On the bottom there's a tripod mount, and it was made by Thomson Consumer Electronics, because this was after RCA was bought out by Thomson. Model number CC1000, runs on 6 volts DC, although there is no power adapter input. It can only run on the battery. It was actually made in Japan, and that's about it. And of course there's a big red button for recording, and a mode switch on here for camera, off, or VCR, some kind of timer feature. I don't know, probably when you turn it to that setting it waits something like 10 seconds and then it starts recording. And there are your indicators on that little LCD there. It's basically just a little counter and a little thing that shows that the backup battery is dead. It's probably a little CR2032 coin cell or something like that. So that's the RCA FunFlix VHS-C camcorder, and it actually works. I was a little surprised that it works fine. So here is some test footage recorded on this camcorder. This is testing the RCA FunFlix VHS-C camcorder. I have to squint through a little viewfinder to see what I'm recording here, so it's not the most comfortable camcorder to use. It does have a zoom. Not too much, maybe 2 or 3x zoom. But I don't think it's autofocus. You can test that by going up close to something. There is no indication of focus through the viewfinder, so it may look blurry on the recording, but it looks perfectly clear through the viewfinder right now. So I have no way to tell whether it's in focus or not. There's the bag it came in. And zoom motor noise will probably pick up on the recording. Came with some tapes. This one was in it. And I had 2 more in the bag. Came with a charger and a battery. The battery lasts about 10 minutes before going dead, so it's not too good. So I'm using another battery I had on hand for my JVC VHS-C camcorder. It fits just fine on this one. Interesting little device. This battery only lasted about 10 minutes as well, so I have to switch back to the other one, which also lasts about 10 minutes, so keep switching back and forth in order to keep using this thing. So that's the RCA FunFlix camcorder, designed to look like a 35mm still photo camera. So I'll try to play this back, see how it came out.